Hi everybody, my name is Aaron.
And I'm Naomi.
This is Heard It Now, and today we got XXXTENTACION, his album Question Mark, and
it's been highly recommended.
Yeah, this is a recommendation by a few different people, and we'll do a little shout out at the bottom here.
There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people who recommended this, okay?
So, little disclaimer here. Naomi wants to say that I'm going to try to separate the music from the dude. Obviously, you guys know that there is a lot of controversy behind XXXTentacion before he passed away. Y'all can look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to try to separate the music from the dude.
Alright, so let's just get started and push play on introduction.
To find the exact words, to find the perfect words.
Okay, so that was just an introduction.
Open your mind before you listen to his album, which is, we're coming into that like that, so open minds, open ears.
It's fair to say that we don't know much about XXXTentacion, but we have heard his interview on Adam 22's podcast, No Jumper. So, we know a little bit about the guy, I guess. Not a lot, just off of it's just one interview. But in that interview, he did mention the kind of alternative music that he was into, like Papa Roach and 3 Days Grace and a few other artists that were kind of leaning more towards the emo side of things. And so I wouldn't be too surprised if he's saying, like, open up your mind to alternative sound. He literally means like mainstream alternative rock, I'm assuming, from the 90s. We'll see. I'm definitely interested in seeing what's going to come throughout this album. Again, we're pretty fresh to his music. Alright guys, this is Alone Part 3.
Can't seem to find someone's shoulder where to on my own it's all over. So when I'm weak, do I call? My body hurts, I can't be calm. I done my nails to my arms. She turned the lamp and all my scars. What is my word? Came alive a piece of me. She put my heart beneath her feet. She turned left and questioned what's my word.
To me, that song was okay. It was just like another, sad love song, That's what it sounded like.
You're going to get full agreement from me here. Stylistically, it wasn't too adventurous. It was an acoustic guitar, a lo-fi production setting. The overall melodies is not too dissimilar from like something I'd hear from like a band like Stained, okay, from like back in the day. I'm just saying, like, the melodies are reminiscent of 90s alternative rock or early 2000s alternative rock. Again, that wasn't my taste all that much back then, and definitely as an adult it's not. So I would just say, maybe that wasn't my taste. Lyrically, the dude has a talent I can see as of right now to be able to convey depressed and sad emotions, and at least be able to do it in a way that's relatable to people going through those emotions. Like, if I really was going through the issues that he's describing, I can totally see turning that on, with like just a candle in a dark room and crying. But, outside of that context, again, just trying to rate it on the actual music, which is what we do here, I would say, it's not stylistically adventurous. Like I said earlier, it's not attention grabbing for me, I guess is what I can say.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely, again, interested to hear more. I already knew Variety's coming. It wasn't a rap song. So, hey man, I'm down for variety. We've heard so many albums where it's just like the same sound every single song. Sometimes we like that sound and we love that album and all that kind of stuff. But, it's also nice as a listening experience to hear different styles. You know, every single track, just somebody just trying to take their creative whims wherever they go for that track. I'm down with that too.
Up next is Moonlight.
Spotlight, moonlight. Nigga, why you trippin'? Get your Mariah. Shorty look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so bad, man. Spotlight, moonlight. Nigga, why you trippin'? Get your Mariah. Feel like I'm destined. I don't need no Smith and Weston, no. Who are you testing? Fuck a schedule, here's your lesson, no. Knife and testing. Taking shots at all your breath, no. Don't you know you come and give a right? Spotlight, moonlight, nigga, why you trippin'? Get your mood right. Shorty look good in the moonlight. All these pussy niggas so by mine.
I actually really liked that song. I liked that glitchy beat that it had under the rapping. It was dope.
Yeah, if we get more songs like that on this album, I'd be down with it because again, the beat was fantastic. The song was so short that, you know, didn't wear out its welcome, even though it's just kind of like on a constant loop. I was still down with it. His melodies were really catchy too. It was almost too short to really dive right into it, but for what I got, probably gonna already be one of my favorites off the album.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the beat on that. The next song is Sad, but we've already heard this song because everybody's already heard this song. So we're just gonna push play, and this is the one XXXTENTACION song we have heard, that I will say. So we're just gonna push play, listen through it, and, you know, go from there.
Someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Yeah, suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know, yeah. I'm sad, I know, yeah. God gave her everything. She took my heart and left me lonely. I think broken hearts contentious. I won't fix, I'd rather weep. I love when you're around, but I fucking hate when you leave. I'm someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. I'm sad, I know, yeah.
So, that song, I had heard it before, I actually knew it, and I caught myself singing along to it by the time it was over, so.
It's really no surprise as to why this song was the lead single off this album. Just like Moonlight right before it, melodies were really catchy, the beat was infectious, but at the same time, don't fucking threaten suicide against anybody. Please, please don't be like, yo, I'm gonna kill myself if you leave, you know. I don't know. Just don't do that, please.
Up next is The Remedy for a Broken Heart, Why Am I So in Love? It's a long-ass title.
Everything from here on out, we haven't heard before. So we haven't heard this before. Push and play.
Steady tryna maintain, same things that'll blow a bitch my frame. My brain can't fathom what the hate say. He say, she say, how about me say, get a visa like E.T. flying out of the attic, fucking no shoulder, she better catch you come when I added. I mean I'm better than better, maybe I'm lying, I'm sadder than most of y'all with the money and the freaking nigga. What is money really worth if it ain't love? A little bit of weed with a little bit of cash, with a little bit of this, with a little bit of that. We gon' be all aight, we gon' be all. It's a little bit of weed with a little bit of cash, with a little bit of this, with a little bit of that.
I like that, like, muzzled sound.
Like 1920s radio or something. Like, but you're hearing it from a distance. Like, not even like you're hearing it right up in your face, but like you're hearing it like 3 rooms away.
Far away.
Right, and that kind of has a sound to it. Almost like a... It sounds weird, but like a wail. But I mean that in a good way. It actually is kind of cool. I actually dig the instrumentation on this song a lot. I think it's really cool. The beats are really aggressive, but everything else is not. And so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy this song. It's probably going to be one of my favorites when we do our favorites at the end of this review. It had that kind of wooziness to it. It was experimental in all the right ways. You know what I mean? It didn't go too far. It just was tastefully done in terms of what he wanted to do with this kind of like lo-fi production.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I enjoyed the song. I would say this middle part of the album so far is 3 through 5. Probably, making out to be a good section of the album so far.
Up next is Floor 555 or 555.
Like you in the face of God, know to be face to fake. Fuck I fuck is a feeling, God living a feeling. I'm Beverly Hill West Side. Bitch, I feel like you never done it at Best Buy. If you shoot that shit at me, nigga, I best die. Cause I'm a motherfucking narcissist. So when you catch a cop, bitch, you not equipped with that. Pussy, what are we talking shit? Oh, you can make this AK-47 and got kicked back. Cause the way we talking, pussy, what are we talking? I ain't doing no blocking. I'ma let that shit rip, niggas ass you walking.
His like screamo approach.
Yeah, no, I dug the shit out of that, dude. That was a weird ass beat to scream over, and almost to the point I wasn't expecting that aggression. I don't think I reacted at all like an aggression song was just playing. I think I had the reaction as if like, I don't know, something from The Sound of Music was on or something. I just kind of was like probably sitting there in a daze. I just was not expecting that. I was just so shocked. I was just kind of like, oh. But I genuinely enjoyed that. No, that was dope. I dig that kind of shit all the way. The aggression is definitely something that is new to rap. I mean, outside of like that new metal from the 90s, all those bands, it's kind of like made a resurgence in a lot of young artists. Like this year we heard Stokely by Slump God, and he obviously is friends with X. So he has a similar style. I dig it, man. Denzel Curry from the same area, JPEG Mafia. I'm so down with that aggressive take on hip hop, It hasn't been done in so long. I feel like it feels like the explosion is coming from how we feel as a country anyways, right? So it just feels like it matches with the mood. Put it on my favorites for this album.
Next song is Numb.
Every single year, drowning in my tears, I'm drowning in my tears again. Never seem to get me free. Oh, every single year, I'm drowning in my tears, I'm drowning in my tears again.
I actually can appreciate that song, Numb. I mean, you could tell through if you've seen any of his interviews, that he was in a lot of pain, and I feel like you can definitely hear that in this song.
Yeah, there's a lot of history that I feel like you have to know about the guy in order to really feel like the music really speaks to you in any kind of way, because again, it didn't really capture me emotionally, musically speaking. Maybe I'm just a little past the point that these kind of melodies can really get me in that kind of way. Yeah. Just because I've heard them over and over and over and over and over again. To be honest, it wasn't anything new. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it's been done. I don't think his take on it was bad though.
No, his take on it wasn't bad, and that's what I will say about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't hate it. It was catchy. Yeah, no, I can say with confidence, this many tracks into the album, the dude, definitely had an ear for pop melody, and it's like undeniable. The dude can write a catchy song regardless of the genre he's trying to go for. So that's definitely something that I've noticed so far.
The next song is Infinity featuring Joey Badass.
Like, yo, these niggas is wildin' right now. Like, these niggas is really wildin'. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't been gonorrhea, all that shit. I catch all diseases in the world so the world won't have no more diseases, you feel me? I'm as real as they come, they feel it get numb. You think you got a little buzz, so now you can't get stung. I keep a razor blade tucked on me under my tongue. Don't let me have to tell these niggas about the city I'm from. The hardest ever, where the niggas don't aim, they just palm Berettas and bomb whatever. So we don't move calmly, never. This for my niggas trapped in cells like salmonella. Textbook rhyme style with the raw texture. Punchlines, right hooks, now that's the trifecta. No more free.
Alright. Yo, this is the Joey Badass I love, dude. When this dude rhymes, man, he just unloads like boom bappy 90s hip hop lives in this dude, man. Like, he can bring it to whatever style, whatever rapper. Like, you get the dude on your fucking track, the dude is just gonna flow some crazy rhymes out there. He's just a fucking amazing rhymer, Joey Badass.
Murder these flows like I murder these hoe ass niggas. Where the fuck is your energy, bro? Make your nigga deep throat a desert ego. Live he try me like a whole pussy, boy, that's on my soul. Make my flow shape shift, full expression like a facelift. At the publish with like 8 grips. If you talking all that 8 shit, I'm not talking William Babe shit, but I'm banging on my chest, bitch. Hey, traveling through the infinity, you know that nigga pretend to be, all that bullshit do not get to me, I am a spirit and entity, you don't want to suck on my energy, I am the realest infinity, you pussy ass niggas fucking suck, you sound the same, I spit pain, that's why the young niggas feel the same, they know I bang, man, years at the crib, so I don't feel the pain no more, I don't feel the pain no more, gotta get it how I live, I don't feel the pain no more. I don't feel the pain no more. I spend years at the crib, so I don't feel the pain no more. I don't feel the pain no more.
Probably my favorite song on the album. I mean, I know it's almost probably weird to say because I know, at least I want to assume that we're not going to get that sound at all on the rest of the album. And so it's kind of no surprise that Joey Badass came on and he had this kind of really soulful beat all of a sudden. You know, reminiscent of boom bap hip hop. I dug it, and X had a great couple freaking parts in there where he really ripped on that flow, man. And Joey Badass, of course, as I said earlier, just went off on his freaking rhymes, man. Just one after another, after another, after another. It was fantastic. That was a good song.
Yeah.
That was probably, like I said, probably one of my favorite off the album, I think, so far.
It was an amazing song. I actually really dug that.
Next track is Going Down.
Going down, it's going down. Going down, it's going down. Oh my god, shawty think she, oh my god, yeah. Hey, she roll my dick like a biker, huh? I know she need a diaper, huh? That little yachty one night, her, I eat a pussy like right.
Alright, someone has to go down in the comments section where this style comes from. Because Denzel Curry does this on Perks or Black Metalhead or one of these tracks, man, where he kind of...
Okay.
What is up with that voice and that tone? Where did that come from? Please, someone in the comment section, please tell me where the source of that comes from, because I have no fucking clue why this is popular in Florida.
Hey, I don't mind it though.
She want that pussy like Viking, you beat her that pussy like Viking. She get wet, but look like I pull up in the jet. Run them bands up, I run them bands up. I ran my bands on no smoke. He don't want no cancer. Go get your bands up. Going down, it's going down.
I think y'all might have converted an X fan, man.
Oh, this song did it for you?
No, the whole album so far. I actually really am enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, as a whole. And, like, the last couple tracks, just all of it. And this song, I liked it. I'm for it right now. It's going down.
Oh, shit. You know, overall, I like the song. Again, I've said earlier, the dude has a penchant for pop melody. You know, the dude knows how to write hooky songs, like, with genuine hooks that are actually a hook. You know, not one of these fake-ass hooks where it's just, hey, I'm going to repeat the same word over and over and over. The dude has genuine melody.
Yeah.
Genuine melody.
I agree.
Next track is Pain Equals Best Friend featuring Travis Barker, probably on the drums, I'm assuming, not vocally.
You know what? That's what it is. The dude likes music like Blink-182, Good Charlotte. He likes those kinds of bands. I'm thinking, where the fuck am I hearing, like, when he sings in some of the past songs? That's where it's from. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I used to like that kind of music. So, to all my scene kids out there, Simple Plan fans, y'all know who you are. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I never rode that wave. You know,
I rode it hard.
fucking hashtag, I don't know, Led Zeppelin. That's what I was listening to when I was in 7th grade.
Hashtag Good Charlotte, Blink-182.
You know,
All
Jimi
those.
Hendrix.
Oh, it makes so much sense.
I feel so deeply, I can't seem to find the meaning.
I get it. I understand XXXTENTACION. I understand. I do. Like, you can hear it. And when you said Travis Barker, I was like, oh my god, it all makes so much sense.
The screaming, you know, along with that kind of like soft melodic instrumentation, we've heard that again a bazillion times. It was just him doing his take on a genre of music and a sound that he's heard before and that he appreciates. That song could have been longer, could have progressed, could have been something more, and it just kind of ended maybe a little too short.
Maybe.
I was almost getting into it. It just literally like ended before I can maybe get sold on the sounds and everything that's going on, being that it's not my favorite genres of music. I was still willing to listen to it, but then it ended.
Totally got Blink-182 vibes from this song. That music was for, you know, teens who felt like outcasts and who felt like they had no one to relate to and all of that. My little brother actually started listening to that music after I was into it, you know, because he felt like a reject and all of that shit. I remember him locking himself in his room and blasting that shit. And he has anger issues, and it looks like X did too, and I do. We all do, so maybe it's, you know, just music that we like and we feel like we could express ourselves to.
Definitely somebody who was influenced by a lot of different genres. So far, at least in this album, rather than mashing them together, he seems to have separated them out, have shorter songs, and just have his take on each genre.
Which is kind of cool.
It's cool. It's his own thing. He's literally, again, he keeps referencing how he wants variety in his music, how he himself is versatile. And
He did mention that a lot.
Right. So it's something that he's proud of and that he wants to obviously present even in the album form.
Up next, Money, Money, Money.
Featuring Matt Ox.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah. Like, ooh, like, ooh, why you gotta sleep on my crew?
Okay, so is Matt Ox a guy or a girl?
Is Matt Ox a guy or girl? And if they are a guy, what's the age?
Yeah, because if he is a guy, he's probably really young. And I'm not even trying to sound like a bitch when I say that, but his voice, if it is a dude, it sounds really young.
Yeah, what's going on with Matt Ox? Comments.
Skate spin on my dick like a Beyblade, my dick get hit her like AK, these boys is back as they bases, tie up your legs while you tripping like, hey, wanna get done, I say this every day, these niggas jealous and, boy, you was bitter like medicine, nigga try me, I tell I to go get you, fuck around, I keep up blade like the witcher, I want your auntie, your grandma, your sister, I eat the pussy for breakfast and dinner.
Like, ooh, like, ooh, get money, yeah, get money, yeah, get money, yeah, get money, yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Okay. I maybe less so. It just wasn't one of my favorites. The kid's voice or whatever, I don't know what's going on there. Please again, tell us in the comments what's going on with Maddox, because it's distracting for me. I don't feel comfortable hearing a child talk about pussy in that kind of way, if that's what's going on. And if it is a woman, it's okay, I guess. If it's a grown woman. But, like, seriously, if it's seriously, like, a fucking 13-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid, anything like this, I don't know how I feel about that. Despite having somewhat of a catchy chorus, it just really got old really quick for me. That wasn't one of my favorites.
Up next is Love Yourself.
Push and play.
What you doing? Love yourself. Take no chances. Fuck that nigga. Stop lying.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not much to say there. Very short. Not even a minute, so, you know, we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next song, really.
So next song is Smash featuring PNB Rock. And I think it's going to be a banger. Just because it's called Smash.
With an exclamation point.
Watch it be all slow.
She just got a barrel because a nigga paid. Put her in the past cause you know I smashed. Yeah, I smashed, yeah, and it smashed.
She like Cardi friends, sweet like candy canes. If I'm Superman, she my Lois Lane. Don't look so surprised, all she wanna do is lie. And she turn around and cry, demons all in her eyes.
My Spanish don't look like a lemonade. I put Cartiers all over my bitch's face.
So, quick disclaimer. Smash did not mean like smash shit. It meant like smash a girl.
Yeah, and it wasn't a banger at all.
And no.
Like, it was just about banging chicks.
It was okay. It slowed down a bit for me. But I feel like...
I'm on the same train as you. That really slowed down for me as well. For me, melodically, everything, it just wasn't doing it for me. The hooks weren't strong enough. You know, the lines themselves weren't interesting enough.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't one of my favorite tracks off this album.
The next song is I Don't Even Speak Spanish, LOL, featuring, it looks like Judah, Carlos Andres, and Rio Santana.
Push and play.
Mamita, vente. Pide a la gente. Sé que tu cuerpo me pide calor. Y sé lo que siente. La noche te prende. No te preocupes, me gustan mayor. Move it side to side, I know you wanna drink it too. Let me love your body, let me show what I can do. Mami, eres tú quien me provoca. Cuando chupa ella sí se pone loca. Mami, what you doing all alone in the club? Baby, got your vibe and pop up another cup. Girl, I wanna get you all alone at the club. Be like a lullaby. Dance with me through the night. Back to mi casa, baby, slide. Let me make you feel alright. Sway, rolling with a star, you could be my angel. Just back that booty up at the right time. I can feel you when you dance, you're grabbing all of my pants. I'm kissing you in advance, baby, live it up. She want it, we going hard till 6 in the morning. She need it, I bet the neighbors know my name. Mami, to mi casa, baby, slide. Let me make you feel alright. Can I have you feeling right? Baby, only for a night. Holding down the way you spin around. Got me so around, I can't keep it down.
Actually, I can appreciate that song. I like music that's in Spanglish. And I don't know if I liked it in the beginning, like the first person. I'm not quite sure who was the person who started out the song. Carlos Andres, like his voice sounded a little maybe like young or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I just wasn't really digging it. But as the song progressed, I feel like I really could appreciate that song.
The title of the song is I Don't Even Speak Spanish, LOL. Like, I don't either, really. I mean, I barely do.
I do.
I do. I mean, yeah, I'm Mexican American. I barely speak, Spanish, and I barely understand it. Lyrically, the words I did understand, I'm just like, okay, I got the context of most of the song. Overall, the instrumentation, there's some interesting parts. It just wasn't interesting to me overall. And the rhyme schemes, the delivery. Again, this is music we've heard before. A lot of what I dislike on the album, the tracks I don't like so far, are the tracks where he's just repeating what I've heard 1,000 times over, we've heard on the radio. So some of the tracks on here really did catch my attention, and the dude has a genuine ear for pop melody. I just wasn't so much interested in this track or any of the other tracks, or it just sounds like he's just regurgitating stuff he's heard before. I'm not interested in that.
Up next is Changes featuring PNB Rock.
Baby, I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage, and the way I feel can't stand it. Girl, you're making it hard for me. I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage, and the way I feel can't stand it.
The song was okay. I mean, I feel like I didn't really get anywhere.
Yeah. That's to me, that's definitely something that I'm getting from the album again is, a lot of these songs are really short, not fully developed, just I wish there was more time spent. I would have preferred a 9-track album of 4-minute well-developed songs than an 18-track album of, ideas.
Yeah, this is like the first song that really sounds like it didn't, like, incomplete, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because I honestly felt like they repeated this, like the first 10 lines.
Exactly.
I could see some sad-ass teenager crying listening to that on repeat.
Right, yeah, this is sad-ass teenager music. Let's not mistake. Let's be real here.
Up next is Hope.
Rest in peace to all the kids that lost their lives in the Parkland shooting. The song is dedicated to you. What you say? Feeling good, I'm feeling great. Sorry, I'm fucking hate. Stacking shoes all on my plate. Outside my misery, I think I'll find a way of envisioning a better life. She keep calling every single night. And I don't mind, 'cause we can ride. I'm lost to the God, I really don't mind. Swear I wanna die, yeah.
Good. Another one that I feel, another incomplete thought. I feel like this song has the potential to be maybe even great.
I've repeated pretty much what you just said, for a lot of these tracks. I agree wholeheartedly. Hope, again, had potential and really short, to the point. And again, maybe, I don't know if that's maybe what he wanted to deliver, was just these short little impressions of songs. I mean, we literally did a review of Earl Sweatshirt's album, which was called Some Rap Songs, which they were very short. And I don't know if it's just a new wave of delivering songs. I mean, I literally complain about things being too long all the time.
Next song is Schizophrenia.
Play.
To the end of our life.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yes. I love how the music got like silent there when he was saying don't give up, like how it all like just cut out for like just a split sec. That was like probably my favorite song on the album. I'm a crazy bitch like that.
Yeah.
Whew,
Yeah.
that got me excited. Oh man, that got me thinking like I wish I could have seen the rest of his work if he were still alive, you know? Just, you know, to see which direction the dude would have gone in, because he clearly was influenced by a lot of shit, so.
Yeah.
Whew. That song was good. Gave me goosebumps.
I really enjoyed the song. That was really short, but I dug it. The aggression when he goes for the aggression side of his palette, I dig it. He does it really well. He has a really good screaming voice. This genre of music, I thought he actually kind of killed it, to be honest. Like, if he really decided to do more tracks in this kind of vein, I would have supported it. You know, I would have also been interested to see where he would have gone stylistically, because this was actually pretty gnarly.
It was a really punk rock song.
Fuck yeah.
Last song is Before I Close My Eyes.
It sounds like a slightly lower octave. Here Comes the Sun.
Before lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. Hope's not too late for me. Whoa. Difference changing in the distance. Time consumes our image. Whoa. Before lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. Hope's not too late for me.
That was okay. Definitely felt a little incomplete.
It did feel incomplete. Again, really, really short. It was actually, for one of the shortest songs, one of my favorite shortest songs. Maybe because I do have an emotional connection to just Before I Lay Me Down to Sleep, that kind of prayer thing.
Prayer.
Because I had to do that when I was a kid. And so maybe I just have a connection to that. And lyrically, he had a really good line in here. Difference changing in the distance, time consumes our image. That little verse right there was really cool, and it just kind of sucks that like you didn't hear more of the song. Like, it just really was abruptly ended. Probably one of my favorite tracks off the album, to be honest. It was actually not that bad. That was really good. Alright guys, this next section is Final Thoughts, where we give our favorite tracks and give a score on our first listen. So what are some of your favorite tracks?
Okay, so I definitely liked songs from the second song, obviously from, like, that's like the first actual song. From the second song all the way to maybe the 6th or 7th song. Okay, so here's the thing. I like when he raps and when he goes for that really, really hard approach. So the songs that he did do that in, I could really appreciate. And I can get over the fact that they were shorter as well. So, like, but I would say my favorite was probably Schizophrenia. Just, okay. It was so hard. Just so hard. I dug it.
Some of my favorite tracks, Alone Part 3, Moonlight, Sad, The Remedy of a Broken Heart, Going Down, Schizophrenia, and Before I Close My Eyes. Those are probably my highlights on the album. So if you had to give it an out of 10 on your first listen, what do you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7.8. Actually, I enjoyed it.
I'm going to give it, and it's a respectable score, but I want to give it a 6.5 out of 10 for myself. Wouldn't say it was overly enjoyable. The highlights were highlights. Songs like Sad, I understand why they blew up. It was a genuinely catchy song. It has genuine ability for crafting melodic hooks. I give him credit for all these things, and it's displayed in his best songs. But there's a lot of songs in here where it seriously felt random, really short, just really brief in terms of like was there not additional ideas to expand the song, or was it intentional? Like these things, they just kind of confused me as a first listener, and they kind of made me distance myself from a lot of the songs. And another thing I didn't appreciate was maybe just the regurgitation of ideas. Just I've heard a lot of these ideas over and over and over again. You know, the sad kind of melodic piano songs with these slower melody. Like even the melodies themselves, sometimes I feel like I've heard before. Those I didn't appreciate, but the highlights for what they were really good songs, and the dude had massive potential for sure.
Yeah. I'll be listening to some more of these. I actually wasn't ever a XXX listener or anything. I never checked out his music before, but I'll revisit some of these songs for sure.
Yeah. It was a good recommendation overall, because we were going to get around to them eventually, like in our lives in general, I'm sure. And so, definitely thanks to everybody who recommended XXXTENTACION. This was a good listening experience. We appreciate, spending time sitting here and listening with you guys. Alright guys, if you like these music reaction videos, please hit that subscribe button. And please hit that like button.
Remember to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah, please show us a follow. Please go down in that comment section. Let us know what you think of this album. I'm sure some of you guys love it. Some of you guys maybe not so much. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we should react to next. I think that's it. Bye, everybody.